Hi everyone, I'm Rachel, and this is Musical Artists A Conversation. On today's episode, we have Sweet Hudson joining us. Welcome to the Limelight. Sweet Hudson is a 4-piece indie rock band from Chicago. Forming in 2018, the group has grown to hold an established name in the DIY scene. Today, we'll talk about how their band came to be, how their sound has evolved, and what projects they have in store for the future. Can I have everyone say their first and last name and then what they play in the band?
I'm Sean Pecco, and I play the trombone.
Bro, you don't play the trombone.
What are you laughing at?
Say the real instrument.
I play the drums. Fine.
My name is Oscar Rodriguez. I play rhythm guitar and vocals.
My name is Cole Burrell. I play the bass.
Jaden Epis, lead guitar and vocals.
Awesome. How are you guys all today?
Tired.
Excellent.
He's hungover.
Excellent.
That makes sense.
But we're doing great.
That's good. I'm glad. I'll just jump into the questions. The first one's kind of for everyone, so you can all just go around. But I just wanted you guys to kind of go through all of your individual backgrounds in music.
I don't have a background in music. I just played drums. Like, I thought it was cool. And I just, like, bought a kit when I was, like, in high school. And I just started practicing from there. And that's about it.
Self-taught.
Well, or the other story I tell people is that I was kept in a room for like 5 years just playing drums, and they're like, it was like with the Filipino government like put me. Okay, I'll shut up.
Duterte, bro. What?
I think I'm taking too long.
No, that was fine.
We got
That's what Oscar
reservation
wants.
at 3 p.m. at Pequot, so I'll stop.
Shout out Pequot's Pizzeria.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
Sponsored.
I would never sponsor a pizza place where I have to get a reservation.
What about Little Caesars?
You don't have to get a
Wait, hold on. Before we get to the pizza, bro.
Okay.
Finish the question.
Yeah, so I started playing guitar when I was 13. It was actually a punishment to be given a guitar because my parents thought I was on my phone too much.
What?
Yeah, so they wanted to punish me by taking away my phone and giving me a guitar.
That's skinky.
Joke's on them. I became a musician.
You get pranked.
Welcome. And so after that, I was pretty much self-taught for the most part. I didn't even know what standard tuning was until maybe like a year into playing. So every day would just be new tunings, and I would just make new stuff to the new tunings. It was so
You were
janky.
Sonic Youth for a little bit.
So janky. Then I went to high school, and Lane Tech, where Jen and I went, has a really good guitar program, headed by the legendary Joe Sweet, student of the Broomster.
Really?
Yeah.
Is he?
Really? Yeah, he is.
Wait, is he actually?
He actually
Joe
is
Sweet is a student of Bobby Bro?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like from like university level.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool. He's also a Berkeley graduate.
He's also Berkeley
We'll
graduate.
come back to this lore during my
Bobby who?
And so he was really kind to have given me all the resources I needed. Same thing with Mr. Hudson, same thing with Mr. Saltz, everyone in the music faculty. And I met Jaden my sophomore year.
On
And
the beach.
On the beach.
We locked eyes.
Yeah. He was playing his Telecaster. And I knew from that day.
I went on one knee and I was like, "Will you be in my band?" Oscar thought I was weird.
I did think. It's because you have
No,
to
he was
understand,
right.
the glow up was crazy. The glow up.
I'm the same person.
Not in my eyes. Anyways, yeah. That's me.
Okay. My name is Cole Burrell, as I said earlier. I'm a bass player. I've been playing bass since I was very, very young. And I was playing the game Rock Band, Beatles Rock Band specifically.
Oh hell yeah!
And I wanted to be.
worst one.
No, it's the best one.
That's
It's the best one.
It's pretty.
You're not even talking to the mic, by the way.
That's garbage.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
There you go.
they
If
don't
you're
have
gonna
to.
insult me-
They don't have to hear
If
that.
you're gonna insult me, you at least put it in the interview. But yeah, and then so I wanted to be like Paul McCartney. I bought a bass, and I played a lot of classic rock for a long time. And then when I got into high school, I kind of graduated into jazz. I started playing jazz, joined a program that Jaden was also in called the Ravinia Jazz Scholars Program during high school. And it's kind of like the movie Whiplash, but without the funny scenes. Just the part where he makes the kid cry. And it kind of made me hate music for a bit. And I think quite a similar story with Jaden as well, because if you're not like the archetypical jazz student, it kind of puts you in a box and makes you feel like you're terrible at music and you should just give up forever. But I didn't. And so, yeah, my inspiration was the Beatles and then jazz, and then met the guys from Sweet Hudson, re-met Jaden after a long time, because in high school we were in the same jazz program, of course. And then they asked me to join Sweet Hudson, and just like the Beatles, I'm now in a band where we all get to jerk off together.
Yes.
So that's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do.
The
Wait, they
Beatles-
did?
There was like some conversation that like John Lennon and Paul McCartney were like helping each
I
other.
thought guys just do that, like,
Other guys do that?
We do it all the time.
Wait, what?
We do it. Shit. All
I thought that was normal.
That's my 10 cents.
I mean, I'm just a combination of Oscar and Cole, because like I took private lessons. Well, I was self-taught for a little bit, and then my guitar started to look like a bow, and I dropped it because that shit was too hard to play. And then I picked it up again like years later. Then I took private lessons, and then jazz. Damn, this is really bad.
Oh,
and then I made a band.
I'm sorry, we never came back to it, but the teacher from Lane, Joe Sweet, was apparently, I just learned this right now, a student of Bobby Broom, who was a jazz legend in the Chicago community, who was one of the teachers at the jazz program that Jade and I went to, who
my mentor
probably made, I don't know, Bobby Broom made me cry one time. I don't know if he ever made you cry.
I was like next in line to be the person to cry. There was someone in front of me. There was someone in front of me taking the brunt of Bobby Broom's rage at Ravinia. So Bobby Broom said I play good chords and good times, so I'll take that.
I remember one time he was like baking on your tone.
Yeah.
He was like, you don't have a jazz guitar tone at all. He's like, you need to roll your treble down. Do you remember that? Like,
I don't remember that.
You repressed
blocked that out.
I don't give a shit.
I also have my run-in with the Broomster as well, because we applied for the same program at the same time. And during my auditions, I didn't have a prepared piece, mainly because I didn't understand what the audition was.
Very vague.
Very vague. So vague, dude. So, he was like, all right, do you have a prepared piece? And I was like, I know the chords to confirmation. He said, son, everyone knows the chords to confirmation. And then he didn't even let me play it. He's like, you can leave now. And I'm like, bruh. Yeah. But I knew Jaden would make it.
Because he knew the head to confirmation too.
No, I don't know. Dude, I forgot what song I played for this guy, but we were learning it in class, so I didn't do any extra work for this. Which I felt kind of bad, but it's because I knew the chords, I knew the melody, and I knew how to solo over it. And he's like, all right, good enough for me, you're in. And I'm like, okay.
I think all the jazz stuff might be going over a lot of people's heads. Not to sound like an asshole, of course, but we should probably move on.
Yeah. We just wanted to learn music.
Yeah.
Instead, we got PTSD.
Yeah. So if anyone's out there going to CPS high school right now and they tell you to join the Ravinia Jazz Scholars Program,
that's crazy.
Unless you want to be a jazz robot for the rest of your life, then don't. Just don't join the damn program. Actually, I learned a lot. So if any of my previous mentors are listening, I don't mean that. I love you guys, but I was really sad during that time in my life. Anyway.
Yeah. Vibes. That is the vibes.
So you guys kind of talked about how a lot of you knew each other before joining the band, forming the band. I know Jade and Oscar, you guys went to Lane Tech together. I was wondering what the story of how Sweet Hudson came to be.
So we first started as two bands. It was me and this other kid named Declan, who was a year younger than me and Oscar. And then Oscar was in a separate band with an ex-member, Jose Perez. And because Oscar thought I was weird, so we kind of had a little competition going. And then the first open mic came up, and it was both our first performance in front of people. It was, and it was both ass for both of us.
Yeah.
And then so I found a drummer, I found another guitarist, Luis Cuevas on drums, Declan Curry on rhythm guitar, and then it was me. And then I asked this guy, I asked Oscar, they don't see me pointing, to play bass. And Jose Perez was like, he was just sitting there. We were sitting in Popeyes, and he was like, you want to be in the band too? And he's like, yeah, fuck it. So, and then Sweet Hudson was made. That's pretty much
just some clarification as to the weird part. in the competition part. I was very competitive as a kid, and so when we had two different bands, I would always tell them like, dude, how cool would it be if like we just went head to head all the time? It's very childish way of looking at music.
I mean, that's pretty much what Battle of the Bands is. So.
Yeah. And in my head, like that's all I thought performing was, like just trying to outperform your peers.
Yeah, and like you thought it'd be like Scott Pilgrim, where like they play the guitar and like the dragons come out and like they're fighting each other.
As long as I'm not Scott, yeah, sure.
Bro, never mind, sorry.
No, I hate that show.
You're not Scott.
It's a
A movie. Of a
Well, it's
comic.
actually both now, so he's
It is
technically not
both.
wrong.
Yeah.
They made our animated show.
Thank you, Cole. You're like my
I know.
white knight in shining armor.
Oh,
dude.
whoa.
He's my favorite
White?
white boy.
Well, it is a paladin, is it not?
Whoa. Who is a paladin?
You?
I'm not a paladin.
Oh.
I'm a rogue, bro.
Oh.
I'm rogue class.
I'll be a necromancer. I'll be
I'm like a
summoner.
conniving thief, of course.
I would still be the bard. 100%.
still be bard.
I would still be a bard.
Anyway, for Cole and Sean, I know Sean joined a little bit early into your guys' career performing,
Yeah.
like in the actual scene. And Cole, you just joined like a year ago,
Yep.
correct? So I was wondering, since you guys weren't there in high school with them, what was it like joining the group later in its existence? You were able to see them perform, and you kind of knew their name beforehand. So what was your experience transitioning into the group?
Like I said, I was in another band that was playing a lot with Sweet Hudson a lot during the time, and so I was like getting kind of closer to the guys, and like after shows and times, I'd like talk to them about Magic the Gathering, which is a game we play, a game we really like to play. So like it was like common interest, and I've always like ever since I knew about Sweet Hudson, I was a really big fan. Like whenever I'd have shows with them, I'd be like singing the songs in the crowd, like really like their songs, even the songs that they hate for some reason, like someone else. But I love Sweet Hudson. I've always been a huge fan. And I think there was one time we had a show at the book club together, and like during sound check, I had learned like the bass line to Miss Kirasaki, and like I remember like I was just playing it on stage, and like the Sweet Hudson guys were like in the back, and like I was just playing it, and I was like, I hope they can hear this. And then like Oscar like looked around the corner, he like gave me like a point. He was like, hell yeah, dude. I was like, yeah, bro, I'm a big fan. So like months and months later, like I just got a text from Oscar asking me if I wanted to join the band, and I was like, fuck yeah, I want to join Sweet Hudson, dude. I fucking love Sweet Hudson. And I honestly, I don't think I've ever even talked to you guys about this, but I genuinely cite that one time at book club where I was playing Miss Kirasaki as like the first seed in your guys' mind of like, do you think Cole could join Sweet Hudson?
Oh, I see.
I don't know if that's true or not, but I kind of attribute it to that.
No, it makes sense. Yeah.
Is it true?
Because like
Wait,
I already
could you
knew.
repeat that?
Well, I'm just saying like you guys already knew I knew the song. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Nah, we just like your playing.
Yeah, we did just like your plan.
We like to glaze you.
Yeah.
Was that a special moment for you guys, though?
I think for me it was. It was kind of cool seeing other people that weren't us play our music, which is also like one of probably the biggest kind of compliments you can get as a musician. Other people playing your stuff that you've written. So, yeah.
It's a big compliment.
yeah, man. I was super stoked. I was super stoked to be joining part of the band, and I think it's a really good fit, and I think it's going very well. Very well. Anyway, Sean, do you want to talk about your experience joining the band?
Like to just, kind of make everything sure. I just met them at a show that I
And
played
then like
in.
several years later.
And then like a couple of years later, like
Not even a
He-
couple. Dude, that was like what? 2019, 18.
no, like a couple of years later when you guys hit me up, if I was still in the band, and stuff, or he hit me up, Oscar hit me up, and he's like, oh,
You rejected me the first time.
yeah, I rejected you the first time because I was still in my old band, and then a couple months later, that kind of like
blew up.
dissolved. So
Yeah.
I hit up Oscar like, hey, you guys still looking for a drummer? Like, yeah, we're still looking for a drummer. Cool. Okay, like we were like setting things up and stuff, and like Oscar sent me 5 songs. And by the way, by that time I haven't played drums like in a minute. So it was like kind of, and also I never played with different people before that. So like when I got, why are you
What,
fucking?
what do you mean different, dude?
You guys can't see his, but he looked at his the color of his skin.
Wild.
We can edit that, right?
No, that's going in.
No,
That's going
it's
in.
all permanent. Nothing's
Uh,
being edited. It's just
Nothing's getting edited.
Okay, anyways,
No edit.
I'm yapping a lot.
So tell us about your first time.
All right, so like they sent me 5 songs, and we decided to meet up like the week after. I asked them if to audition. So I went to Jane's house, right? That day I was like nervous as hell. And I was like, I got upstairs, like, like, hey, what's up? All that, like, whatever. And I like, once we started playing, I completely fucking like shat on the whole fucking audition.
No, it wasn't bad, dude. It really wasn't that bad.
It was not bad.
It was pretty shit. Yeah, it was pretty shit. Like,
It was your first day, like.
and then like I was like, oh fuck. After that rehearsal, I'm like, fuck, I didn't make it. And then we were going downstairs, and then Oscar came up to me. He's like, are you free tomorrow?
Yeah, what are you doing? And then we got Taco Bell.
And he's like, yeah. It's like, oh, yeah, sure. Let's meet up at 3 again tomorrow then. And then we were like, oh, okay.
Bro, you're acting like there's drummers like lined up
For
to
real.
take your spot.
I thought there would be. Like,
Drummers are hard to come by.
They're so hard to find.
It's because
I didn't know that.
they're like kind of like aliens. It's like hard to find them, I guess. Like,
I'm an alien.
whoa, I didn't mean it like that, bro.
Well, yes.
Are.
Whoa.
That's crazy.
Wait.
Whoa.
No.
I will say
That's
I will
how
say though,
aliens
the
sound.
first time I saw him at Bottom Lunch when he was playing with his other band, I think you had blonde hair at the time.
Yeah, dark
Yeah,
hair.
and
I could not picture him with blonde hair. That's
he
crazy.
exuded the lead singer aura, and that's probably because I also saw him with a guitar.
No, this motherfucker.
Damn,
Dude,
Oscar.
Anthony doesn't know how to use his fucking guitar. I hope Anthony Valencia. I hope you fucking hear this. I hope you know how to use your guitar now.
Dude, you're
Like,
gonna go
set
on
up your
record
guitar.
talking
I'm going
shit
on
about this
record.
guy? I don't even know who this is. Like,
I hope you hear this right now. I hope you know how to use your telly.
so we're calling somebody out right now.
I'm not calling him out. I tell him this all the time.
Oh, you still know him? You still talk to this guy?
Well, yeah, kind of.
But anyways, he exuded the main guy aura. So I when his band performed, I have expected him to be on the front, and all the girls go, "Wah! Ah!" But he was a drummer. The girls still there were still girls that were like, "Wah! Ah!"
Huh?
There was like 2 girls there with the sign. I think they had a sign.
Oh, that was my sister's friend
Oh.
and my sister.
Oh, that was your sister?
Yeah.
Your sister went to that show?
Yeah.
Whoa.
They were so nice.
Wow.
They were so nice for coming out that day.
Wow, I didn't even know it was your sister.
I was so nervous that day.
Well, you guys talked about how you guys were in bands, 2 different bands before joining Sweet Hudson. So I was wondering and this is a question for everybody, but what is the difference between being in this band versus the other musical projects that you've been a part of in the past?
I'll take this time to call another person out, but without saying their name. But in my old band, I was like very not involved with anything. And like it was kind of like the musical equivalent of like an authoritarian dictatorship where like we have a supreme ruler who makes all of our decisions and just kind of like tells everybody what to do. And that was not very fun. Like I distinctly remember there was a time during practice where we were all trying to make adjustments to a song and like everybody else in the band was on board with it. And then the singer of said band is like, I don't like it, so we're not going to do that. And everybody else was like, wait, we just spent like 30 minutes writing this section and it sounds awesome. The other 4 people fuck with it and you don't, and you get the final say. Anyway, all that to say, in Sweet Hudson, I feel more involved. And honestly, I feel closer personally to these guys than I ever felt with my other bandmates. And like, that's weird because I've been in this band for less than a year and I was in that band for like 2 years. So it's like, I don't know. I think these guys are really cool, down to earth. They're not like clout sharks. They're not like in the music scene for the wrong reasons. They're not like posers. They're cool people and they respect me as a musician. I think that's awesome. And our music's more energetic, so I feel like it's always fun to get up on stage and dance around as opposed to my old band. But yeah.
It's probably just like everything's just like consistent. Probably the work ethic is 100%.
Oh, yeah. We practice a lot more than my old band did. Of
We
course,
practice
as
a
well.
lot. Like, from my old band. I mean, no, not throwing shade, no, because I still love these guys. But like, we weren't really consistent with a lot of stuff, like practice. Because I mean, and like I like someone's always not in practice, or someone's like always busy doing stuff. But here it's just like everything's all set. Like, oh, we're gonna be rehearsing on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, all the fucking time.
Always.
Regardless what happens, we're still gonna be here. Even if Cole doesn't come, or Jaden can't do anything, or I don't come. We're still gonna be here to practice. Oh, sorry.
You got it.
This the work ethic is probably the big difference, and also obviously like, again, no shade, but this band's like Oscar, Jaden, and Cole are just way better musicians in my opinion.
Ooh. do you want to do like a comparison from like what the first projects we were in comparison to this? I think it's just the scale, right? I feel like that's probably the biggest thing.
I mean, my first project is this project.
Right,
so
right.
Nothing changed just for me. No.
I would say the same as well. I mean, even though,
You just didn't know it.
Yeah,
You just didn't know it because Oscar's like we might have been in two separate bands, but we just put the songs we made
together
already and then just put it
just
together.
kind of merge in a sense.
Sweet Hudson is two bands, the soul of two bands.
Yeah.
It seems like the general consensus is, well, I think all of you guys would agree that you guys take this band very seriously. And I know that all of you dropped out of school to pursue your career with music and with the Sweet Hudson. And I just wanted to ask, I guess, how that has affected your experience so far in the scene. Any challenges that have come with that? Any benefits with it? What are your thoughts?
No debt.
Oscar?
No more debt.
Oscar?
I'll start. Yeah, so I dropped out of USC after my freshman year to pursue this full time because when I looked at my schedule, I was working, going to school at the same time.
Full time. All the jobs we gotta do.
Oh yeah. But I was working and I was going to school at the same time. Plus this, it made it hard to do just about anything in terms of progression for the band. And at the time, I think the current members that were there at the time, we just came to the consensus that was probably for the best. But we kind of knew that we were doing probably the one thing every adult around us didn't want us to do, which was to drop out of school.
Yeah.
And be a rock star.
Be a rock star. So
All of our moms were like, no!
I should have really told my mom, then why'd you give me the guitar as a punishment?
Oh, yeah.
Nah, I should have told her.
And then that would have worked very well for you, right?
Yeah.
She'd be like, you know what? You're right. Yeah, right.
Go ahead, be a rock star.
Yeah, right.
I think it has affected us in terms of our ability to grow, at least when we dropped out, because the pandemic hit like the year after that.
Yeah,
and
bro.
so it really felt like we were stranded socially. Because even when we were at school, at least I'm speaking for myself, I wasn't really that social.
True.
And so I didn't really know a lot of people when I left school.
Right.
So when the pandemic hit, it really was just me, Jaden, and Jose. And so it kind of felt very isolated from everyone else. And I'm sure everyone else in the pandemic also felt that to an extent. But musically, we had some things lined up, and then the pandemic kind of killed it.
That was so rough.
So we felt very much stranded, and especially with the type of strategy we were going for at the time, which was a lot more like content-based. It just felt like we were just shooting a gun in the sky, hitting nothing.
No base of community kind of.
Yeah. Especially because we were so small at the time as well. I mean, we are small now as well, but even smaller then. And even when we come back into the scene, after the pandemic, when we get Sean on board and start doing shows, we don't really know so many people. So we see a lot of bands that start off in the college scene, and we see them kind of balloon in popularity, kind of just like Cole's old project that he was in, where it kind of just comes out of nowhere, and it's kind of hard to not want to compare yourself to that kind of growth. But then you kind of once you kind of realize like it stems from their ability to reach their audience in such a very easy manner in terms of just being at school and talking to people there, word of mouth spreads. It definitely feels like we're playing with one hand behind our back sometimes, because we don't have that accessibility to a marketer audience like that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like schools like UIC, SAIC, like Columbia do a very good job of like organizing their like the artistic talent among their student body. I mean, I don't go to Columbia anymore, but when I did, it was during the pandemic, and like, I don't know, like Ozzy said, I'm not the most social person, but like during the pandemic, like I made one friend in all of my time going to Columbia, and I was there for a year and a half. Shout out Proxo XIE. And so, yeah, another great Chicago artist. Yeah, I just feel like, I mean, we've definitely talked about how like not going to college feels like the other bands we play with that are from college kind of like have a built community. It's like, oh yeah, we know them. They go to school with us. And it's like, we don't really have that kind of, but it's not like anything to be like down about, because you can always build your own community with the opportunities that you do have. So, and that's, I think, what we've been doing. So it's been great.
What tactics and methods do you think you guys do utilize to build that community, since you didn't have school or a campus? I know with your recent releases like The Cure and Lonely Girl, you guys were doing music videos, photo shoots, even building a team like internally. So what changes have you made now, and what do you think you'd be doing in the future?
I think the main word is collaboration. Collaborating with a lot of different people kind of gives your work and their work a wide range of like visibility. And I think that's what we'll probably be doing more in the future, is just collaborating with a lot of different people on different projects. Like the Limelight. Shout out the Limelight.
Shout out the Limelight.
Whoa,
That was kind of smooth. Huh?
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if Jay wants to also.
Yeah, collaboration, because we're really bad at marketing ourselves. I mean, I don't even know. You have a better answer to that question than I think we do.
Yeah. We also are dog shit at making money. We
hate making money.
We hate making
I
money.
mean,
Going red is like our favorite.
If you love money, don't be a musician.
Yeah.
Don't be a musician.
Well,
There's
I don't
easier
know. Some
ways
people
to
can make
make
a lot of
money.
money, just not. I guess not us.
Well, not yet,
Not yet.
but yeah.
Hopefully.
No, I do think it's like a lot of people. There's a lot of people in the city. There's a lot of artists in the city that have a lot of interesting perspectives on things, and a lot of times, I feel like when people create art, it comes from a place of ego. But it's like it's better to run your thing past multiple people and let other people kind of give and take where they can get it. Yeah.
Do you guys have any projects that you're working on right now that might come out in the near future?
Mayhaps.
Like Sweet Hudson projects.
Yes.
Yeah. We got
We got
a ton.
something.
We got
We got a couple.
We got maybe.
got a
If
few
we
things.
count the projects
Mayhaps.
that aren't like existing, we got like so many projects, dude.
Yeah. Got a movie coming out.
Should we talk about Chica?
Yeah.
Well, we recently recorded at Gravity Studios.
Shout out Gravity
Shout out
Studios.
Gravity
Gravity
Studios.
Studios.
Shout out Rage Against the Machine. They recorded
They
an album
recorded
there.
Did they?
Yeah, a recent, not one of their classics, but a relatively recent. I think from 2016.
Oh.
They recorded there.
Oh, what the hell?
What?
It was like on the wall.
On the wall, yeah.
That's
But yeah, we recorded some tracks at Gravity Studios, and
So,
we're
like-
working on a single.
So you think Tom Morello touched one of those amps?
Maybe.
Like,
Dude, I touched Tom Morello. No.
it's like technically, yeah, technically you touched Tom Morello.
Yeah.
But we do have a single coming out sometime in the next couple months, Chica Invisible. It is
Yep.
our second song ever in Spanish. Linguistics are a big part, at least musically, for me, in terms of musical identity. And very glad I can represent my humble beginnings and roots with music with this song.
Oscar's a polyglot.
Polyglot.
Polyglot. Definition
Search
of
that
somebody who's search that shit up. We're not gonna explain that to you, but if you know what a polyglot is,
We're
Oscar
gonna
is
gatekeep
one.
that fucking word.
Yeah,
unless
you can look
search
it up on your own.
Google.
You
Yeah,
can figure out how to
polyglot.
spell it on your own.
That was it for this episode. Thank you, Sweet Hudson, for being on the Limelight. Please tell us where we can find you on social media or anywhere else.
Our social media handle is on Instagram, sweet__Hudson 154. we have a YouTube channel that has a fuck ton of content that we keep forgetting to take
No,
down.
I don't think there's a 1-5 for it then.
There's
Oh,
not. There's not.
Oh, it's just
He
Bro, you
confused
don't
it
even
with
know
his
your own
own
username.
personal username.
is it just sweet underscore
Sweet
underscore
double
Hudson?
Yeah,
I
it's
think
just
it's just
that.
underscore Hudson.
Okay, cool. But we have a YouTube channel with a bunch of content we meant to take down, and it's really embarrassing. It'd be
You should,
so
watch,
embarrassing.
you should watch their gameplay of Valheim. If you know what Valheim is, it's like a Viking game, and they did a
It's
gameplay.
Viking Minecraft.
I used to watch that before I even joined the band.
Music out on everything.
We have music out on everything. I recommend listening to us on Pandora though.
You should watch their cover of Sweater Weather by The Neighborhood on YouTube.
I would personally prefer if you listen to us on iHeartRadio. Try to get those sponsorships, bro.
Yo, you should scrabble this on Deezer.
wait. What pays the most per stream? I think
I think it's
Tidal. Is it Tidal?
I think it's actually YouTube Music.
Is it YouTube
I think
Music?
YouTube Music, yeah.
Listen to us on YouTube Music.
YouTube
we
Music
need money.
is
I think
actually the best way
I
to
think
listen
YouTube
to
Music
it.
Pays like 0.01 cent per stream. That's a lot of money.
That's a lot
yeah,
of
we're
money.
gonna be rich in no time. So let's do us on YouTube Music. You get free YouTube Red with YouTube Music, so you don't have to watch ads when you're eating and watching YouTube.
Wait, don't you also get free YouTube Music when you get YouTube Red?
Yeah, exactly.
It goes both ways.
It goes both ways.
Okay. Susan, we expect our advertisement payment for the day.
Susan has been putting ads on all our bad gameplay videos.
Who?
Susan is the CEO of YouTube.
Yeah.
It used to be.
Her name is Susan. Yeah, she's not the CEO.
No, you're not the CEO anymore.
Oh shit, my
They
bad,
fired
Susan.
her.
Yeah.
They fired Susan.
They
She
fired
stepped down.
Susan?
She stepped down.
She
Oh,
stepped
okay, she's
down.
doing
Wait,
a
am I
shit job.
crazy? I don't know.
She's
Limelight.
doing a shit fucking
It's
job.
been nice.
Thank you,
They-
thank you,
they-
Limelight.
they-
Thank you, Limelight.
Pineapple
the
belongs
Limelight.
on pizza.
Shout out to
We're
Limelight.
gonna
go.
yap for 5 hours after this.
Can we say our name in like unison?
Three, two, one.
Cole
Sweet
Burrell.
No.
Wait, what? What were you trying to say?
Cole Burrell and Sweet Hudson.
Wait, I got it
everybody.
again. Wait, 3, 2, 1.
Sean
SM58.
Oh, wait.
What?
What?
Wait. Let's do it again. 3, 2, 1.
Bass
Bass
guitar.
guitar.
We are
Hold
one,
up,
two,
three.
Cole
Sweet
Burrell.